Hello, this is Wanker Reviews, and today I'll be doing a video on Body Cam about a female cop who got in trouble for being involved in police brutality. She finds herself trying to solve a mystery involving another officer's death, starring Mary J. Blige. The first thing I noticed was that most of the cops in this movie are black. The black neighborhood that these cops usually patrol were very hostile towards these black cops, when in real life that doesn't really happen. The movie is based off real distrust between black people, black citizens, and racist white cops, but this was making it seem like that all the cops were in on the brutality of black citizens, when that's really not the case in real life. Black people have distrust against white race soldiers, not cops in general, because they are the ones who kill us the most. But this is from a BET production, so I already knew that this wasn't going to be an honest take on social justice. While watching this, I realized that this had a lot of potential. At times, the imagery was very creepy, but more times it wasn't effective at all. I honestly just didn't feel anything, any emotions for any of the characters or what were the situations that they were going through, mainly because I really didn't like anyone in this movie. And also, another problem was that a lot of the times they were showing stuff, like during the scenes that were supposed to be scary, a lot of the stuff are stuff that you see a lot in modern day horror movies. So it's obviously not going to be scary because you've seen it a million times before and sometimes done way better. And I talked about this in my last video about how a lot of these supernatural movies for the past 15 years have been doing the same creature movements, like that twitching, the fast, like twitchy, crackling movements like they have arthritis or something. It's so tired and so played out. It's not scary, and I really wish these filmmakers would get it in their heads that it's overused. I mean, you see it in the Conjuring movies, you see it in the Insidious movies, you see it in the movie Lights Out. It's so overplayed and it's not scary, and it's like, please come up with something original and stop ripping off The Grudge. Thankfully, they didn't do it too much in this movie. I think they only did it twice, so I'm really happy that they didn't depend on that. As for Mary J. Blige, I thought her acting was okay, it was passable. I didn't like her character, and she's the person that we follow around in the movie. Her acting is fine. I mean, everyone's acting is fine in this movie. It's not like Oscar worthy or anything, but I'm sure no one's expecting that. The first 2/3 of the film had promise, but wasn't executed the right way. A lot of great ideas that I feel like were scattered in the movie here and there could have been illuminated if there were more talented people behind the camera. The last 20 minutes were surprisingly very good. Once we find out what's going on, it reminded me a lot of 2001's Bones, starring Snoop Dogg. I actually liked that movie a lot better than this one because it didn't take itself too seriously. It actually felt more like a blaxploitation movie. And I think that's one of the issues with this movie, is that it takes itself too seriously. If you're going to make a movie that deals with a serious topic based on real life, you really need to have the right people behind it if you want the audience to really connect and sympathize in order for it to be effective. Instead, it feels like something that could have easily been a blaxploitation movie because there were some aspects that seemed a little silly. If it were leaning towards blaxploitation while dealing with a serious topic, it could have worked a lot better. It would have been a lot more entertaining. Instead, it feels like most of the movie just didn't really hold any weight for me, but there were maybe one or two scenes that did grab me because of the visuals. But again, the last 20 minutes were the best part, in my opinion, and it was a vast improvement over the majority of the movie. And it sucks because I wish the whole movie grabbed me the same way so I could give it a higher score. What I really loved without giving any spoilers was that there weren't any white saviors. It went from starting off as dishonest to being very honest about the current predicament that we are in real life. I really loved the ending. It was very satisfying. I do recommend it, and you might like it a lot more than me. Maybe I just wasn't in the best mood to watch it. So I do recommend it, and I give it a 5 out of 10. I wish I could rate it higher because of the last 20 minutes, but because of the whole movie, the movie as a whole, I can't rate it any higher than that. I would have liked it if it was in the hands of someone like Jordan Peele or Spike Lee. I think that would have been very interesting to watch. But yeah, 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching.